Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast of the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do weekly and monthly energy reads with candle magic assistance. I do divine and spirit guide message reads with candle magic assistance or pendulum assistance. I do predictive tarot, I do energy read tarot, I do yes and no tarot, and I also do something called active magic candle magic tarot, and that's what this is today. But before I get started, I want to remind everybody that every month I give away a 60-minute free reading. The way you enter is to subscribe, hit the post notification bell, drop a comment in the section down below, and you will be entered for the reading giveaway. I've already had my first winner. She was super pleased with her reading. I hope that you'll take the time to enter. Now let's get back to what I'm doing today. So today is a timeless reading, and this is a fiery wall of protection spell. The way this kind of active magic, candle magic works is I bless, empower, and activate all ingredients with intentions to do specific things. I anoint all candles with a type of conjure oil to accomplish specific things. And then I've drawn in all the energies and they're yours for the taking. That's the way magic works, is you conjure energies and then you do something with them. So this is like basically magical takeout for you. Concentrate on your pile, see which one calls out to you. There's going to be an insert in a moment to see which one is yours. Feel free to pick more than one pile as each has a different focus. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. My air conditioning is blowing, so the candle magic flames are going a little bit nuts. I will see you at the time of your reading, and thank you for joining me. Hello and welcome back. If you pick pile number 1, then this is your reading. This is a fiery wall of protection spell, and what that does is it adds exactly what it sounds like. If there's a situation in which you think you are being interfered with, impeded in any way, being cursed, jinxed, or hexed, this is the type of magic that you would draw to try and protect yourself, to block out darker energies, to make sure that you are moving forward unimpeded in the energetic universe. So your candle was anointed first with fiery wall of protection oil, as all of them were, and then also with vision oil. So this is for people who feel as if they may have somebody who is psychically attacking them, or they're having bad luck that they're unable to avoid, and that will help bring in visions that will help them make better decisions. Their guidance system gets turned back on. So what do we have on the plate today? Today I have ginger salt surrounding a purple candle. That is for your crown chakra. Ginger is to help bring that heat. Salt is very protective, so it's forming a circle around that is again representative of the fiery wall. I then have a circle of pink Himalayan salt, and that is to help protect the hearts, feelings, and souls of the people who are watching this. And then I have an extra ring of witch's black salt, which I did make myself. It's got a bunch of different ingredients in it, including burdock root, which is very protective. There's lemon verbena on this plate as well. That does Van, the hoodoo conjure oil. I don't practice hoodoo. I practice a form of folk magic that is like hoodoo. But in hoodoo magic, there's a Van conjuring oil that is basically protective. It's a general oil. It is actually based on lemon verbena, so that is protective as well. I have some California wildflowers that are orange. I do grow them in my backyard to represent the flame. And then I have carnation petals for power. That helps add oomph to the spell. And then I also have, this is another form of California wildflower. It's a succulent bloom. Purple is very good for power. So this is to help bring power to the spell. And then everything is surrounded by eucalyptus, which is again a very protective energy. So what you would do is concentrate on your candle, and I've got a predictive spread. I'm using my conflict deck, the Celtic deck, to try and get the read on this first. We're going to look at some oracle cards as well. If I need additional ones, I will pull them. So I have vast vistas, expand your horizons. Interesting. Fellow travelers, support is all around you. That's good. This is about your guides. Taking shelter, the answers are within, vision oil. So I prepare and anoint all of the candles and spell plates before I pull the cards, and almost always there is an echo. I also have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. That is your root chakra. That is literally protection from evil. Michael fought the devil and won. I have a man holding a heart, and then I have strategy as well. Ooh, I wonder if people have encountered psychic vampires. Let's find out. I have the Knight of Wands in the upright. Eight of Cups. I have the Empress. I have the, who are you? You are the King of Cups in reverse. With the Sun in the upright. This is actually looking kind of good. Queen of Cups. Two of Wands. Five of Cups in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. As anybody who's been watching my live streams have been noticing, and by the way, please join me for my live streamings. I do actually give away readings. I just do full readings. It's part of what I'm doing in the shutdown. Everybody wants answers. This is a timeless reading, but I should be continuing the process for a while. Seven of Swords in reverse. Page of Wands. Six of Swords in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. The Lovers in reverse, and then the Four of Wands in reverse. This does actually seem to be about a relationship that you either need to leave or you have been left. This is going to hold true for everybody, but you're wondering what's happening with somebody and if they're returning to you. At the moment, not yet. They still have some work to do. They are improving. There's more than one energy going on here. This is also a family matter. In some instances, I have somebody who has a family matter or friend. You're concerned. You haven't seen them for a while. You haven't heard from them. You're wondering what's going on. They've got a bit of a checkered past. You're wondering when they're coming back to you. So what I've got, so for the relationship that, let that time and distance do the job that it needs to. Yes, you can concentrate and try and bring some visions to you of what the person is doing and how they are feeling. It is not yet time for them to return to you. They do wish to at a different date is what I'm getting. For the family member who has been missing for, it looks like 24 months to me. Close to 24 months, this person has been in and out of your lives and has been out for a good 6 to 8 months at the moment. Nobody's heard from them. That is a condition that is going to continue. There is both addiction and a potential mental illness being dealt with. The most you can do with this is concentrate on the energy and push towards them. Push towards them, healing energy. Let them know that you would love to see them again, that you're thinking about them, that you're sending them healing energy. Expand your horizons. Support is all around you. The answers are within. Okay, so some astral projection is going to be called on. That is trying to visit somebody in another dimension. That does fit very well with the vision oil. Do draw on this energy before you do that. Before you try and connect energetically with somebody, make sure you're grounded. Make sure you're protected. There's the 5D world. There's the 3D world. We're talking a little bit about the 5D world, where you can intermingle with other people's energies. I've got two people who are no longer in somebody's life here, and you're wondering what's going on with them. The best thing to do is to reach out. Open your crown chakra and try and reach out to them. This is, in all cases, this is showing up as a man, a male energy, somebody who identifies as male who is no longer here. Your strategy is going to be to try and start reaching them across the ethereal planes. You're not going to see them again in the physical plane for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean, and this is a timeless reading, whenever you're called to this, this is when you're meant to see it. I do not see this person returning to your life for close to 6 months. They are involved with some people who are dangerous, but you can send them some protection. For the romantic interest, listen, this person is growing and they are changing. Things are getting better. Oh God, there's even one more instance. I've got this, I'm sorry, it's a general reading, so there's going to be a lot of things going on. I also have people here who are trying to develop your abilities. And for those people, you do need to tap into your capacity to love. Make sure you're grounded. Make sure you're grounded. I know I'm a broken record with that, but it's exceptionally important. You need to have one foot in this land before you reach up to the next. Make sure you're practicing the proper protective practices. You can cleanse with smoke, with sound. So there has been, particularly also for the people trying to develop psychic gifts, there's been some loss recently. Oh, not quite so recently. It's been a season of loss, actually. Gosh, I've got some people here who you don't feel like anything's gone right in about a little over a year. Things are going to get better. You're not wrong. You should be developing this gift. Somebody else is working with a relative who has... You're not wrong. You should not be working with this person to try and develop your gifts. Your gifts are separate from their gifts. You'll just conflict. Do your own work. Ask your guides for assistance. You have at least one celestial guide that is trying to reach out to you. That would be an angelic guide. It's not one of the archangels. It's not one of the channeling powers. It's not one of the healing angels. It is angelic, though. And this angelic being is very... oh dear, dedicated to increasing compassion in the world, understanding of afflictions. So, I think this refers to the romantic pairings among us. Somebody is wondering whether or not you need to give up on this connection. For the time being, you do. That does not mean it's over. It just means it's time for you to move on with your life and to look at your own journey. Yeah, taking shelter. The answers are within. This is, unsurprisingly, Fiery Wall of Protection group. Almost everybody with the vision oil is being urged to check in with your interior world. Reach out for your guides and protect yourselves, protect yourselves, protect yourselves. I've got somebody here who's trying to channel and you're not protecting yourself, and what you're channeling is not what you think it is. That doesn't mean it's demonic. It's just, it's a trickster energy. It's mischievous. It's not trying to be cruel. It's not trying to mislead you, but it's confusing the heck out of you. Go ahead and take a spiritual bath, cleanse, smoke cleanse, sound cleanse, your dwelling, your home. Start again. Make sure that you feel like you're in a protected circle when you're reaching out. If you are using a divination tool, such as a pendulum or a Ouija board, be aware you need to develop your gift more before you go to those. It's not that it's an extreme tool, it's just a little bit more advanced than you're ready for. Don't rush this process. The person who's doing this, you're young. You're young. Let this happen at the pace it needs to. The more you push, the more pushback you will encounter. Allow it to happen in the time that it needs. So I'm going to revisit the person with the relative who has been missing for a while. And there seems to be substance abuse and mental illness at play here. Know that things will be changing. There is going to be clarity coming to them. They have encountered somebody who is trying to bring them healing. The most you can do is beam that kind of love, acceptance. Let them know that they still have a home to come to, but wait for them to find the path there. In the past, some of your relatives, I believe, have tried to force the issue and reach out and do interventions and try to get this person into rehab. It will not work until such time it is the person's choice, but they are moving towards that. This is a season of growth, particularly for the people looking to increase your psychic gifts. Things will be coming clear. Seven of Swords in reverse. Continue to work on it. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. There is a lot of loss surrounding this group as well. I'm going to actually go to the Fairy Oracle. I'm going to draw 2 Oracle cards, and then I'm going to get a Making Magic, and I am going to wrap this up. This energy is available to you. That is the message that you are meant to receive, though, is for the work that you're doing in the ethereal world, in the non-physical. You need to make sure that you are grounded and protected. It is very good to try and tap in. I'm always telling people to do it, but you absolutely have to do it in a way that is safe for you so that you don't upset your own equilibrium, your own energetic equilibrium. So I have music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, charm fairies to your door. Oh wow, this is in particular for the person with the love interest who you're not really sure what's going on. Listen carefully to the lyrics of music, and it's not the love music that you're thinking. It's not romantic music. It is a very upbeat form of music. You used to listen to it with them during recreational activities, so it's got a really good beat to it. Listen to that music. There is specifically a message in a piece of music that you were listening to Not the last time you saw them, but the time before that. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desires and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So that's a good word about whenever dealing in the psychic world, you're working with, what I'm doing is I conjure energies for you to use. We're all magical. If you know what you're doing, if you're working in a protected area, you can conjure things for a very particular purpose. If you don't, remember, things that don't necessarily do exactly what you're wanting to come with them. So make sure that you work in an energetically scrubbed space. You can sage, but if you do, know that is basically psychic bleach, and you need to then add in positive vibes. You can play upbeat music, you can ring a healing sound bowl, you can use Palo Santo, you can use incense as well. Just make sure you're resetting the vibe. For the person trying to develop your channeling gifts, there are a couple of YouTube channels that would really, really help you. Now, I'm not actually talking about mine. There are a couple of channels that have a lot of information on being a light worker and a star seed. You need to tap into that. The only one that's coming to my mind right now would be the consciousness evolution journey. She's very, very good. And that's the only one I've got right now. Tap into that and you should start feeling guided towards other things. I'm going to get a Making Magic to close this out. And then I'm going to grab my candle for a moment and let you guys have a moment to concentrate. Oh, 3 came out. Let's see what they're saying. Earth, ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in a time of chaos. Please, 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 please ground. I have Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. Hey, with that wish wisely thing, you've got good manifesting energy on your side. Trinket 5, manifesting money and income. Well, we all need that. And that is something else you can do in your energetic explorations, is ask the universe for what you need to have. And if you're doing it in a safe atmosphere, it is far, far more likely to come to you. The people with the guides, your guides are trying to guide you towards what will make your fortune, essentially. And not fortune like ka-ching, but fortune as in you will be safe, you will be stable, you will be secure. So what you do with this is you just concentrate on what it is you need, look into the flame, draw what you need towards you. Now, in other videos that I've made, I'm asking you to push it towards whatever it is you're intending. In this, surround yourself with it. See the fiery wall of protection around you. That is the light of divinity. You do not need to be afraid of it. I work only with celestial and angelic powers, which is divine and universal magic. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this reading, please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe and hit the post notification bell so that you know whenever I'm online doing live streaming. If you would like to book a private reading with me, there's going to be an insert in a moment that contains all the information on how to do that. I would love to read for you. I do stream, so you don't need to be in the same room with me. And then the explanation for my hair is I got bored and I found Old Manic Panic. I don't think I will always have hair this color. In fact, I know I won't. I just felt like doing something goofy on Sunday, so that's what I did. Thanks so much for joining me, group number 1. I hope your visions come to you clearly. I hope that they guide you wisely, and I hope that you sing energetically throughout the universe. Take care. Be well. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. You are the Protection from Evil group. So this is anointed first with fiery wall of protection and then with protection from evil. This is from people who feel like maybe somebody wishes you harm, wishes to impede your progress in any area of life, is wishing you ill, is trying to hurt you, perhaps threaten your relationship, your financial stability, anything. If you feel like somebody's got a grudge against you, this is the protection that you want. And the way this works is I conjure these energies, I empower all of these ingredients. The energy is here for you to reach out and get it. It's yours. Think about just having a wall of divine light protection around you, and that's what this fiery wall is. Let me explain what's on the spell plate. So I have a ring of ginger salt, which salt is very protective. It helps absorb negative energies and it protects things. The ginger is to add that heat so that anything coming too close will be burned away. I have a ring of Himalayan pink salt, which is specifically to protect your heart. A lot of times when curses are thrown at people, people go for the heart. They do despair and destruction curses. Now, by the way, I do not do reversals. So if you have in any way been magically interfered with, what this will do is take that negative energy and send it back to source. I do not believe in revenge. I don't think that it does anything other than bring bad things back to you. And what you believe is kind of what you get. So there are a lot of practitioners who are like, no, I'm fine with that. And they're good doing that. But I deeply believe that, and what I work with also is sort of against the concept of even self-defense and magic. If you know what it's going to do to somebody, you're then on the hook for the repercussions and the consequences. So I don't do reversals, I don't do revenge, and I don't do breakup work. This will take anything that is creepy, icky, trying to impede you, and it will send it far down into the core of the earth, where it will dissipate the energy where it can harm none. So, and where was I? I had the black salt, which is the witch's black salt. I do make this myself, among other things. It has burdock root in it that is very protective. And then there is lemon verbena on this. In the hoodoo tradition, which I practice a form of folk magic that is not actually hoodoo, but it has a lot of the same elements and incorporates things from them as well. In hoodoo, Van Van is an oil that is a conjure oil that's protective. It's considered an all-purpose oil. It's actually based on lemon verbena. So lemon verbena is on this plate as well, and it's very protective. Then I also have, these are California wildflowers that did come from my backyard. And so I guess they're not wild if I'm cultivating them, but it is to represent the flame, the fire, to burn back any evil. Then I have carnation petals, which add power and might to any spell. Then I have this ring of rosemary. I almost said eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is always also very good, but rosemary protects anything. Spirits don't like rosemary. Bad spirits don't. It will protect you. It will encircle you as well. You can always put fresh rosemary in your home, over the doorways, over the windowsills, to try and help block out any darker energies. Anybody crossing through your threshold, if they pass underneath fresh eucalyptus, will also be similarly cleansed. And then I do have these succulent blooms that I just put on there as an offering to spirit, because purple stands for power. So this is the Muse Tarot that I'm going to be doing the predictive spread with. And then I've got some oracle cards as well. So protection from evil group, let's see what turned up. I do anoint and dress all plates before I pull the cards, and I am looking at them when I'm pulling the cards. So let's see what influence it had. I have watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. Interesting, it's affecting your sleep. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. Oh, somebody's trying to impede your growth. Grounding, go deep, explore your roots. I'm always saying ground, 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 ground. And the reason is when you're interacting in the physical world, you have to dwell in it as well. As much as I'm interested in all spiritual practices and clearly practice divination for a living, as well as doing magic, you've got to ground. I start my day every day by walking the dogs and doing some gardening. I have action and the thinking woman. Okay, interesting. I'm going to check the rest of the cards, but this does mean that somebody suspects that you have, in fact, been in some way impeded by someone energetically. You're wondering what you should do to be unhexed or uncursed. Now, get your energy cleared up first. Get your energy cleared up first and see what comes after that. I have the Fool in reverse. I have the Five of Wands. I have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, wow, somebody really is not doing well. The Chariot. Knight of Cups, Knight of Emotions. Muse Tarot. Knight of Swords in reverse. The Magician in the upright. The Tower in the upright. The Nine of Wands in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse. The World. Seven of Wands. Death. Death does not mean death. Awakening. And then Queen of Emotions. So this is the Judgment card in other decks. You're starting a new karmic cycle. You are actually trying to develop your intuition as well. Boy, I've got at least one practitioner here. somebody else who deals in magical arts, perhaps other people who do divination as well. If you are feeling particularly blocked and you're wondering if somebody has thrown something at you, I'm getting a strong yes. The confusion that you're feeling may in fact be energetically enhanced. If there are, this is a general reading, it will apply to multiple scenarios. So whatever resonates, take it with you, and what doesn't, leave it behind. This is a chaos and confusion and conflict card that is essentially pressing down on almost everybody who's watching this pile's life. You are, in fact, encountering some difficulties. Your progress has been slowed. You're experiencing some depression. You're not able to do things at the level that you want, and you're wondering if it does have to do with magical interference. I'm getting kind of a strong yes, but you're normally a very, very powerful person. You are actually, I think you're going to be able to push this off on your own. Just grab a hold of this, start taking better care of yourself energetically. Part of what happened is that somebody that you don't even know. You don't even know the person that you upset. Don't worry, there will be a change in this set of circumstances. I wish I was in a better position too. Things are coming to you. You need to, you also, last group got this as well. You have angelic spirits trying to communicate with you. Part of what's going on is that somebody else senses that you are leveling up and they're trying to impede your progress. Here's the thing. With action and the thinking woman, you are being urged to go ahead and seek out the knowledge that there's information on what's bothering you. If it's dreams, if it's things coming to you during the day where you're kind of like getting these upsetting like daydreams going on, that is being inflicted upon you. Do you know that you're going to be able to overcome it? By the way, the death card with transformation is very interesting. We are in a transition phase right now. As we go through the next few months, there are multiple retrogrades going on. If you didn't go through a giant shift in the last 3 years, you're headed into one now. I personally got mine in the backyard. I'm like, sincerely, the last 3 years of my life, eek. Hopefully there'll be a little peace going forward. But right now, you're drained, you're frustrated, and you don't even really feel like yourself. And I'm going to urge you not to try and act out against the person that you think is doing this to you. There is no gain there. There is genuinely no gain in trying to fight. The best thing you can do is make yourself as strong as you can be, and you will persevere. You should be working with manifesting energies. That's another question. Boy, this is almost everyone in this group. If you are in this group and you're not in any way working with divination, with magic, with manifesting energies, or with trying to talk to your guides, I got to tell you, pick a different group, because this is solidly about psychic services, magical practices, and trying to spiritually evolve. But you're encountering something that's impeding you. Some of you are wondering if this is a curse and if someone has put it on you. Listen, there's a large general reading. It's not going to hold true for everybody. Someone is also dealing with a generational curse, something that is being carried through and carried through and carried through. And what can you do about that? Reach out to your guides, ask for their assistance, open yourself up energetically, and ask for the assistance of your ancestors in particular. They want this to end, but you're not reaching them because of this curse. And curse, what does that mean? Did somebody do voodoo? And first of all, it's a very misunderstood practice. But secondly, sort of. Ill intent that is focused and directed can leave essentially an energetic imprint on the lives of ancestors and descendants. Look back at your family history. There are repeating patterns in what you have been facing. And the good news is you are apparently the group, the generation that has been chosen to fight this off at long last and free your family from it. It is going to involve, hey, automatic writing is being called for. Automatic writing is being called for to help lift this feeling of confusion, depression, and anxiety. Oh, I'm sorry. Some people here are suffering from crippling anxieties. Like you're starting to get panic attacks, you're not able to breathe. And it's starting to happen to you as you're trying to settle into meditative practices. You can't center, you can't ground. Listen to some Reiki healing, some sound bowls on YouTube. I'm always saying that, but it is one of the best ways to set your vibe. And you need to back off of meditating for a little bit. You need to get into grounding practices, self-care, making sure that you are tapping in on the lower levels, meaning constant grounding, taking care of your physical health, looking up the ways to combat depression and anxiety, which include exercise, which include good health, making sure you're properly hydrated. I know I sound like such a mom, but I am a mom. I only have one child, but still. Yeah, there's a lot of needing to take care of your physical house. You keep turning to the spiritual realms. You keep turning to the spiritual. That's why you have grounding. That's why you have grounding. The weather is getting nice, and we're being allowed outside once more. Again, this is a timeless reading. Please get out there in some form, some capacity. Even if you're listening to like a goofy podcast as you take a walk, please start doing that. You need to get in touch with that which is living, breathing in the here and now. Particularly for the ancestral curse, ground yourself in this timeline. That's where every time you reach out, you're re-interacting with that because you're not properly protected and you're not properly grounded. I know I just felt dead silent. It's because I just got something very, very strange. Somebody here has a close friend. And they practice some magical arts. You should reach out to them. They will be able to help you. They may have to charge you for their services because energy exchanges are very important. But that is the person who will be able to lift that off of you. They're one of your earthly guides. We're always encountering our earthly guides, by the way, and please pay attention to that. Thank you, woman. It's when you tell somebody about what's bothering you. Frequently, and I'm always telling people this, therapy, therapy as we have approached it, is kind of going the way of the dodo because it involves somebody listening to you, and then eventually you make the connections yourself. And the role of the therapist, and trust me, there are wonderful, wonderful therapists who help people towards insight, is to not participate much. People are going more actively towards their healing. This can be a form of therapy. It's important to find the right reader, but this can be a form of therapy. There are more interactive forms of therapy that you might want to engage in. Your friend who has the magical practices will be able to help you, but there's more going on. You need to participate in healing of others to heal yourself. Now, I'm pleased to say that in what appears to be the Did Somebody Curse Me group, I don't have anybody being mad about a love affair or anybody acting out in jealousy. There is one family situation where somebody feels thwarted, slighted, and it's not any kind of ritualistic practice, though. It's just the energy that they're creating. They've very much got a victim mentality in which everything that happens is unfair to them, and they are actually creating that energy. The only thing you can do for that person is to continue to encourage them to look into self-care practices to try and heal themselves. I'm going to go to the Fairy Oracle for this group as well. I think I might actually go to Spooky. Spooky is one of my divine message decks. I don't really use it to read for anybody. It stopped reading for anyone. And I was saying for a long time it wouldn't read for anybody, and then just one day I was goofing around and it totally gave me a reading. And I can't read for myself, but it turned out to be true, so there we go. So very occasionally Spooky will take pity on me and read for me, but that's about it. I never know when it will happen. Okay. Moderation. If there's something you know you shouldn't be eating, try to eat mindfully and healthfully. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Oh. Somebody's tried to counteract magic. Please don't. Please don't unless you really, really know what you're doing. Genuinely, you can tie yourself up in energetic knots. It's important to learn what you're doing first. It really is. Magic is available to all of us, but it needs to be done properly, or else you get unintended consequences and unintended results. And so take the moderate approach. Don't go overboard. Moon energy, solitude, nature signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. Grounding, grounding. Moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Anxiety group. Wait until after the full moon as well. Remember, the moon cycles have a lot of impact on your feelings. Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everyone and everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. So that can be also. So I didn't get anybody who thought they were being cursed in a relationship, but maybe some of you feel like you are cursed in relationships, just period. And you wonder why you haven't found anyone yet. Make sure that you feel happy and whole by yourself first. And it is okay to crave a relationship and want another person. The difficulty comes in where you can't even see the point to life unless you've got that other person. That's a red flag. That's a red flag that says you've lost perspective of what a relationship should be in your life. It should not be the thing that sustains you. It should be the thing that is beside you, keeping you company and aiding your own healing. And I do have healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. And then I have breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. So what I just said about, like, just you gotta have that relationship. You gotta have that person, that one thing. Wait until I find love. Wait until I find love, and I'm looking for it in everybody that I meet. That can be a factor of a tendency towards codependent relationships. And that is not a criticism. Most particular, I'm not trying to be gendered, but women in particular fall into this because we want to give love so much. And we can give it to other people. We can give it to ourselves. But make sure that you're only giving it to worthy people. Reciprocal relationships are everything. Reciprocity is everything. It is important to take that loving energy and direct it toward yourself. Earth, that is the grounding card as well. And I am not saying there is a thing wrong with wanting somebody to love. You're not cursed in love. There is at least one element to this group that is also wondering, why can't I find somebody? Am I cursed? You're not cursed. You're pushing back on a lesson that the universe is trying to teach you, saying, I don't need that lesson. I don't need that lesson. I don't need that lesson. You need that lesson. And it's okay. Like, it's one I had to learn myself. So trust me, I am not criticizing you on any level. It's just you will feel better, you will feel happier, you will feel healthier, and you will basically resonate with your own true power when you are okay being by yourself. And it's great to maybe someday, and not just maybe, when you really want love, love will find you, but you can't crave it and go towards it and demand it and try to create it from people who are not necessarily capable of giving it to you at the level that you need. Make sure that you recognize, is this person worthy? Are they treating me as if they really deserve me? And if they're not, and you're still like, please love me, that can be about codependency, and you can heal it. You can heal it. And by the way, you can still be with somebody that you've had a codependent dynamic with. It's just you have to heal the codependent dynamic first so that you have a healthier form of love. So it doesn't take, if I'm triggering anybody to think like, hey, that describes me, but I still want this person, you can still have that person. You just have to heal the need and the want and simply have it be basically an accoutrement to life, something that enhances your life, but it isn't the only thing sustaining you. Healthy versions of love will come to you as you make yourself healthier and value yourself enough to want to be healthier. You are completely worth it. You are worth real, nourishing, kind love. Take this fiery wall of protection. Surround yourself with the healing energy that it contains. I work only with celestial and angelic powers. You're completely safe with this. This is the healing light of the universe that wants to surround you. Surround it, stand tall in it, and know that you're a gift. You're a gift. Value yourself as one. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this reading, please hit the thumbs up button. Please consider sharing it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the post notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I'm online streaming, giving away readings. I also give a reading away once a month. Don't forget to enter by dropping a comment in the comment sections down below. It is open to subscribers, so make sure you subscribe as well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that'll contain all the information on how to do that, and I do stream live, so you don't even need to be in the same room with me. Take care, be well, surround yourself with a fiery wall of protection, and know that you are worth truly healthy love. Hello, welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your pile. This is your reading. Your candle was anointed with both Fiery Wall of Protection oil and then with Heal My Heart. So what happens with these is that I bless, empower, and activate all ingredients, and I draw these particular energies in, and they are available to you. Energy does not, you don't need to be physically present in the same room to have access to energy. This is magical energy that will protect you. It will surround you with divine and celestial light to block out any forms of attempts to harm you, to impede you, anything that is weighing you down, and anything that is causing you pain. So let me explain to you what's on this plate. All right, so the candle is purple because of the crown chakra. I'm trying to get divine light to flow down through everybody. And then it is surrounded by ginger salt, salt is very protective. It negates negative energies, it draws them away, it protects things. And then the ginger is also there to help fuel the flames of the fiery wall of protection. It is, again, divine light. You don't need to worry about it. There's a ring of pink Himalayan salt as well that is empowered to protect your heart, to heal your heart chakra, to protect it from harm, to protect it from dark energies, and to protect it from anybody who's trying to injure you. Finally, I have a ring of black witch's salt, which is a protective salt that is, almost all witches make their own, and I make mine as well. This one has a couple of extra ingredients in it, including burdock root, which is very protective. Then there is lemon verbena. I do not actually work in hoodoo. I work in a form of folk magic that looks a lot like hoodoo and borrows from it occasionally, respectfully. This is Van is based on lemon verbena. Van is a conjure oil frequently used in hoodoo practices that is protective. It's considered an all-purpose oil. So I have lemon verbena on there. And then I also have these orange flowers. They're California wildflowers, but we did actually cultivate them. It's just me at this point. In the backyard, it is to represent the flames. And then I have red carnations to help, I guess they're purple, to help bring power to this. Carnations are very, very, very powerful. I have a ring of rosemary, which is very protective, and it does help encircle things and block out any evil or dark energies. And then I also have a succulent flower that is from a form of cactus that grows here in California. And purple is the color of divinity and power, and that's why I used that. We have the Dreaming Way Tarot bringing us the predictive area of the spread. The Travelers, the Sacred Travelers Oracle, provides us with finding sanctuary and gates of triumph. Success expands your life. Opening to your spiritual source. Boy, that is great advice for healing, as well as this is a turret, by the way. Finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. That is talking about the protection of the divine being there trying to guide you towards healing. Success expands your life. Heal My Heart group. Usually you're the heartbreak group, and I hope that you're doing well. Remember, build your life independent of any particular partnership or romantic pairing, and you will always have you and your own life to fall back on. I have Goddess of the Moon, I have Victory, and then I have third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, and that is your, it's your solar plexus chakra. And it does work with your manifesting energies. Between that, Victory, and then Goddess of the Moon, group number 3, you are gifted. Let's see what has happened. I have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Hey, you're feeling better. Nine of Pentacles in the upright. Oh, instant energy blockage. I've been encountering that around. This is a timeless reading, but we do have a lockdown in place, and this is the time of the coronavirus. When you encounter one in the upright and one in the reverse, when it comes to numerical repetitions in tarot, that does indicate that you are dealing with an energy blockage. For anybody who's trying to progress and find a new relationship, you got a little bit of healing to do before that can come to you. The Seven of Swords is the foundational card. You have been lied to and mistreated. I've got the Devil in the past, in the recent past as well. That is relationship that did not serve you. It can be about abuse of substances. Honestly, I'm not seeing it that way. I've got, this can be the card of lies, deceit, and manipulation. Sometimes it's the card of denial. I'm genuinely not seeing it that way. I have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the upright, the Hierophant in the upright. I have the Ten of Swords in the upright. Oh, you did have an ending that just smushed you flat. Eight of Swords in the upright, King of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon in the upright, Judgment in the upright, and then the King of Cups in the upright. Boy, that's talking about the divine powers trying to come to you to heal you. Whatever happened, group number 3, you were just decimated by it. This is normally in a general reading, I have multiple scenarios and I cover what they could be. Somebody just did not treat you right. Now, it might not have been malicious. This could be the card of addiction. A lot of the times, the damage that is inflicted on us by other people, they don't mean to injure us. They're just dealing with their own stuff poorly. You're fighting really hard to heal. Keep up that good work. Know that you do need to be trying to, and whenever I say you need to, do what feels right to you. Tarot is meant for confirmation versus determination, meaning it should resonate with you and make you feel like, that's it, that's the answer. You are meant to be working with natural powers, with the divine. You need to heal yourself fully before you have another relationship. It is coming to you. It is potentially with, I'm not seeing this as a Pisces, but I am seeing that there is a potential for something to start next month. This can have water sign energy with it. I'm not seeing it. This stands in for divinity on one of my altars. And the King of Cups is that wonderful, loving, caretaking energy. Can be quite the charmer as well when it's representing an individual. Judgment is about fate, and it is about epiphanies, things becoming clear, enlightenment. Gosh, group number 3, I never like saying this because as I'm on record all over the place as about being ready to just go crazy whenever anybody says that was for your highest good. Do not say that to people who are suffering. It's borderline obnoxious. You cannot say to somebody who is in extreme amounts of pain, hey, that's for your own good. Don't do that. Wait, that's for somebody to determine on their own other side of something. But having said that, there will be things that come to you that would not necessarily have come to you had your heart not been so thoroughly shredded. So even if it wasn't for necessarily your highest good, because suffering is never for your good. And sometimes there is no highest good with that. And that's part of the reason that I really bang that drum. Sometimes people are like, no, my mother died tragically when I was a child and that wasn't for my highest good. How dare you? Sincerely, please stop using that phrase. But sometimes something is taken from us to make room for something else. You will see it in retrospect. And that is part of what's happening to you, group number 3. You have so much power that is coming to you that was being held back by a relationship that was not serving you. You didn't see the relationship as necessarily being the detraction, the thing that was keeping you from traveling forth on your true path. It was as much pain as you have been in. And oh my God, I'm so sorry, because it is clear that you have been in near emotional agony at points, questioning whether or not you should continue to keep living. First of all, do, please. Tomorrow always contains possibilities that you may not have been exploring. Be open to things changing. I am so sorry for the amount of pain that you have been in. Keep working on it. New things are coming to you. You have a little bit more to go. And it does look to me as if you've got one more moon cycle. We're in May of 2020. This is a timeless reading, but whenever you're seeing this, you have one more moon cycle essentially before you are a healed person. And then it does look to me as if love is coming back to you. It just will hold a separate place in your heart than it used to. It will not be the thing that defines your existence, but rather the thing that you turn to celebrate your existence with. And that's where love belongs. No one, if you're absolutely destroyed by a breakup, if you can barely function, if you don't even know how you will go on in the aftermath, know that that is one of the signs that your relationship has perhaps taken on a role that is not necessarily healthy. Nothing and no one should be more important to you than you are. And that is not about being selfish. That is about knowing your worth and knowing that no matter what happens, no matter who walks in and outside of that door, that as long as you're still there, you can continue. Nobody is our everything other than ourselves. And it's important to know that because we can love someone with our whole heart and give them parts of our soul. But that can end in all manner of ways. And it's very important to know that you still stand no matter what. And I'm not trying to diminish the role of true love in a lifetime. I'm just saying, make sure that you truly love yourself as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple romance angels from my Romance Angels deck here. Okay. All right, 2 more times. All piles were fueled easily by jumpers this time, but I'm not going to jump on this, which might mean that it's not quite time yet, but I'm going to force the issue. We have, it is safe for you to love, pay attention to the red flags, trust, and then calling in your soulmate. Okay, pay attention to the red flags is important. What I was just discussing about, if you were laid so low by somebody not being in your life any longer, then know that that person, that is not the sign of a soulmate. That is a sign of a loss of self and a loss of identity. And that is a red flag, both for unhealthy relationship dynamics and for the specter of codependency, which you can still love the person that you have been in a codependent relationship with. You just need to find a healthy way in which to love yourself before allowing them back in, and you will have a healthier, loving relationship going forward. But the problem with codependent relationships is that they can enable both parties to do things to themselves, including that loss of identity, that it doesn't serve anybody. It makes you doubt yourself over the course of time. A loss of identity in a relationship, a loss of feeling of self, of independence, is a detriment to your soul's journey and your life's purpose. So try and heal from that, but that doesn't mean giving up the person that you're in a codependent relationship with, at least not always. And we are talking about the Heal My Heart group, so the person that you were with is not currently with you. Protect yourself before you allow them back in. Some of you, that person is returning fairly shortly, and you need to have a good view of what that person is doing in your life and how you feel about it. Find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Take good care of yourself. We have new beginnings. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. Remember, this is also fresh starts. And then we have inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly, fun, but stay safe. This is about celebrating your relationship with yourself, too. Remember, you're a blast. Have fun just being you. Here's the funny thing, group number 3. I think for the vast majority of you, the person that you're either on the cusp of entirely releasing the person that has you watching this pile, or you're on the cusp of preparing yourself for them to re-enter your life. Either way, make sure that you have a good, strong, solid view of what they're doing in your life. I am actually going to Spooky almost automatically here. Let's see what else. Spooky is a divine message deck. It doesn't read for people any longer. It's a channeling tool. I didn't realize until one day that it was no longer reading for anybody. Instead, it was delivering messages. Go ahead and pick those up because it's half the deck. So spooky. Is there anything else? This is actually very good, and I'm actually very nervous. Awesome. Group number 3. I guess your heart is about to be healed. Heavens to Betsy. I'm so frightened. All right. 7 of Swords in the upright, 6 of Pentacles in the upright, and then I did have this is the 3 of Cups in reverse. You're going to be in isolation for a little bit longer. This can be the card of the lone wolf, as well as discovering what was taken from you in the past. Look for a reunion to reveal some. For the people who have, this is going to go for both groups actually. Listen, there's going to be communication on a matter that is important to you. It is upcoming in the next moon cycle. Make sure that you are healed and ready for that. For some people, it will be an ending. For others, a new beginning. And you're going to find out the ways in which the gift of your love was perhaps not received in the way that you thought it would be. But there is the energy of deceit around that. If somebody has been told that you weren't cared about, you are. Doesn't mean that everything's going to work out, but you're going to find out things in the coming weeks that will be important for you to know. Heal your heart, group number 3. Concentrate, surround yourself with protection so that no matter what happens to you going forward, you stand in the light of the divine and are protected. Being strong within yourself, healing your own heart, and accepting only healthy and nourishing love while also only giving it. It's a tall order, but you can do this. You are a rock star. You're very powerful. Go ahead and concentrate and draw this energy towards you. It will surround you in the light of the divine. And if you like this reading, please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe. Please hit the post notification bell. Consider sharing it as well. If you'd like to enter my giveaway, drop a comment in the section down below after you subscribe. It's open to subscribers. And if you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that will give you all the information on how to do that. I do stream live, so you don't even need to be in the same room with me. Group number 3, protect your heart going forward. Whether that is a new relationship returning to you, news about the old one that will make things become clearer, or the person that you are hoping for coming back to you. Make sure you do not open the door unless you're sure that you're safe this time. Because the energy of what happened when that ended the first time cannot be completed again. Don't allow that person back in unless you're sure that can't happen to you again. Nobody should have so much power over us that they flatten us with their absence. Be strong, be powerful, know that you are lovable, your love is a gift, and they would be lucky. Take care, be well. I'll see you next time. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Your candle was first anointed with fiery wall of protection. That is divine light, by the way. You do not need to worry about it. And then also with uncrossing oil. If you feel like you're incredibly unlucky and that nothing can go your way, then this is the oil that will help remove that blockage. You will be protected. You will be protected with uncrossing oil as well, so that as you move forth, energetic blockages should begin to dissipate. How this works is I bless, empower, and activate all ingredients, and I conjure to me the powers that you would need to then interact with, pull towards you, and make your own. This is magic that I have conjured that you can use. It's like magical takeout. That's what I keep saying to people. You do not need to be physically present with energy to access it. Just like you can interact with a concert on the TV and really get into the vibe of the crowd and things, energy is energy. It does not need to be physically present. This energy is yours. I suggest you use it. Let's see what is going on. So I have the Silver Witch Tarot that's going to bring us the predictive element of our spread. I went ahead and drew a lot of oracle cards first this time to save a little bit of shuffling time. We have Breaking Trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Yeah, baby. We have Surrendering to the Journey, Release Control. And then we have Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. Awesome. Meditation, meditation, meditation. Surrendering to the journey, release control. Half the time, what we think is an energy blockage is actually our dogged pursuit of something that is not actually meant for us. You can block out what is meant to come to you by continually trying to go towards that which is not meant for you. I've done it myself. Do try to release that need for control, and breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. I think you're going to find it in a meditative setting, but let's get going and see what else is here. I have blossoming abundance, thank God, and indecision in the upright. Oh, good, many choices available about which way to turn and good positive developments. Indecision is that indecisive energy where you're not really sure what to do. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords in the upright. You really do think you're crossed. Page of Pentacles in the upright, despite your efforts. Five of Wands in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Empress in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, lots of frustration. Death in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. I do like your attitude, though. You're trying. Temperance in the upright. Oh, good. Innovation, good health. Page of Cups in the upright. Yay. The Lovers in the upright. High Priestess in reverse. This is the grounded, intuitive. Things becoming clear. Four of Cups. Meditation. Contemplation. Four of Pentacles. This one is literally depicting meditation. Not all of the Four of Pentacles do. Literally, this person is depicting as being grounded, but also tapping in. And then I have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Well, this is an interesting set of circumstances. Group number 3. Normally there are multiple scenarios going on, and there are things that are going to hold true for some people and not for others. For some people, you have been looking for a job since it feels like God was a boy. I'm not trying to be trite or flippant. Sincerely, you have been pushing, doing everything that you're meant to, everything, and nothing's working, and you're wondering why. It is because you're going towards the wrong thing. Expand your horizons. I'm always using this phrase, cast a wider net. Cast a wider net. Don't limit yourself. Do not limit yourself. Think about not what you want to do for the next 5 years, but what you'd like to do for the next 18 months, 6 months, even 2 months. We try too hard to get to large chunks of our future and secure it. And if right now, this is a timeless reading, but if right now with the lockdown is teaching us anything, it is that the unexpected will happen. So don't limit yourself by thinking that you need to have the answers going forward for the next 10 years. You don't. You need the answer for now, not the answer for always. Collaborative energies are available to you, but it hasn't worked out. God, you feel so blocked, but you're trying so hard and you're getting so frustrated. You're trying to tap in. I have at least one group that is hoping for a breakthrough in a relationship that feels a little cursed, like you've been prevented from being together. Yeah, you need to release your attachment to your predicted outcome. It is not going to happen in the way that you think it will. I do think it is going to happen. Try not to focus so much. You're actually the one that's crossing yourself. You're creating the energetic blockage in the personal relationship energies. For the job seeking, you're just not looking in the right area. Please surround yourself with this. Start meditating. See what comes to you. You haven't been getting a job because everything that you're applying for is not what's meant for you. It should start changing within the next, I've got 6 weeks on that. I've got 6 weeks on that. Gemini season is going to be very important too. Blossoming abundance. What else is going on? There's something else going on. Someone who's normally very intuitive, you can't find something that you have been looking for kind of a long time. The answer is going to come to you, I believe, in a meditative session or in a dream. Yes. You need to ask this question of the energetic universe while you're meditating. It is something you're trying to find. It is actually important to you. It is not lost. Tap in, start looking. You have an earthly guide that wishes to communicate to you where it is. The relationship energy, you've just got to step back. You've just got to breathe deep and say, if it's mine, it's coming back to me. And it looks to me like it's coming back to you. Focus on something else. The only thing that is crossing you is an energetic blockage that you have accidentally created by being too hyper-focused on this. You're too focused on this. You got to live your life in a broader spectrum. Let that situation resolve in the way that it needs to, and you will open up your energetic doors. Surround yourself with that fiery wall, though. You can't help it. You're a little prone to. You're very good at problem solving. You're very, very, very good at problem solving, and so you keep looking for the solution. What else can I do? What else can I? Nothing. You got to step back. You got to chill. In silence, peace prevails. And release control. Release control. The universe is trying to teach you. Release control. Yes, you're a very, very, very gifted problem solver. It is your resourcefulness has carried you through so many situations. It is the reason you're still here. But you cannot problem solve a person. You can only problem solve a situation. You've got something going on with somebody who they have their own inner work to do, and it's very important to them. And they're doing it. They're doing it. And when they come back, they do have a lot to communicate to you. I don't know what capacity they're returning in, but they will be. Multiple scenarios here, multiple scenarios. Some people are getting a fresh start. Do I have any traveling energy? There's something with the breaking trail. Okay. For at least some of the job seekers, start looking into what you can start yourself. Some people are much more gifted at something than they believe themselves to be. It might be social media management. It has something to do with the internet. You have an innate understanding of something that baffles people. There is a big, big opportunity for developing that as a business. Helping people find their ever-evolving social media platform. Don't doubt yourself. Somebody else has an organizational skill that will also be very important. You're going to be able to help somebody. You're going to specialize in downsizing. That's what it is. You're going to specialize in helping people downsize. That's your superpower is eventually being able to make order out of chaos. And you're trying to apply it in the wrong areas in a very structured kind of corporate environment. Don't do that. You should be out on your own. By the way, this is considered a form of entertainment. Don't take the word of a tarot card reader on anything. Make sure it's confirmation versus determination. But that is what I very strongly got. You're going to be able to create a downsizing concern that will be quite lucrative in the area in which you live. You have the network available to you already. You know so many people through a prior, it might have been work or social engagement, but you already have the people to start reaching out to. You wouldn't believe how many people just really wish somebody would come and organize their lives a bit for them. And yeah, it'll be a little bit down and dirty and dusty, but you'll have so much fun doing it, and you will be free of the constraints of the harsh working world that you're far more free-spirited than you think you are. You would enjoy it greatly. Who do I want to go to? We're going to get a couple of romance angels just in case, because there was such a vibe about the lovers there. And then I'm also going to get, I think, a Fort Fairy Oracle. I don't think I'm going to spooky. I did on the last group. Let's see. I just don't think that there's a lot of muddled message there. Is there anything we need to say to group number 4? There's a fresh start available for some people. There is. The person you have been waiting for. So also be aware that it's longer than you want it to be. It's longer than you want it to be for some folks. But your person has a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Hopefully they're going to let you know that that's what they're doing, and that they hope that you'll still be there when they're done. But that they're not really up for being involved with anybody until they get well. It might be a substance abuse issue. It might be chemical imbalances. There's multiple scenarios going on here. Group number 4, for whatever reason, there's a lot of relationship energy around this. I'm going to shuffle 2 more times. I'm going to put it down and cut. Nothing's jumping. I have never connected well with this deck. I need to try and get like one of the original issue ones. All right, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Flirt. And then give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. I'm going to take one more just in case. Release your ex. That's kind of what I thought too. Okay, so there are old energies that you need to release. Allow things the time that they take. If somebody comes back to you too early, then they can't stay until such time as they actually do their work. So if you're hoping and hoping that somebody will come back to you, but you know they have an issue they need to work on, remember, if they have not dealt with that issue, you will just be getting a person back who will have to leave you to go deal with that issue. So do make sure that you're making room for the possibility of being alone until such time as the person who is clearly your soulmate is meant to be with you. And that's okay. You can have a lot of fun by yourself. You really can. Not everything is about pairing up. And that is a very special energy. But hopefully your person will communicate that well. We have solitude. Yep. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that are silent during your quiet times. Group number 4, at least there's multiple scenarios that involve the person you want back cannot be with someone until they're better. And if they are, if you try and be like, but we love each other, surely we can heal together, they will have to leave you again because they have to do this, quite frankly, to live. So get comfortable being alone, but it might be alone with the assurance that something is returning to you. Flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Remember, you are the light in your life as well. So that is important for the job seekers among us. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself. For the people who are looking to develop a business, do not think that the current set of circumstances are blocking you. Again, surround yourself with this wall of protection and allow yourself to shine and flourish and develop. Felix Felicitas, a power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. I can get one more. I get one more, please. Oh, I got 2, 3, 4. Oh my heavens. Time to shine. Creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Business group. Successful career. A happy working environment. Pay raises and promotions. And then protection. Strong protective magic for the family and home. That is the fiery wall of protection spell. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the energy benefits you. And I hope you feel protected by the universe and in all walks of life. If you liked this reading, please hit the thumbs up button. Please consider sharing it. Please subscribe and hit the post notification bell so that you can be informed whenever I post again or when I'm on streaming live, which candidly is going to be in about 5 minutes after I finish filming this. But this is timeless reading, so only if you've hit that post notification bell will you know whether or not it is within your time period. If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that contains all the information on how to do that. My hair will go back to normal, by the way. This is Manic Panic. I got bored, and I figured that since we're all a vaguely funny-haired nation during the lockdown, this was the perfect time to see if I could turn my hair a funny color, and I did. I thank you so much for joining me. Please continue to heal. Please continue to be protected, and know that the only thing blocking you is the energetic universe saying, maybe be patient, maybe look in a different direction, and maybe allow your person the time that they need. We want what we want when we want it now. I know that feeling so, so well. But it is much better to wait and be patient and get what you truly, truly are hoping for versus what you want, because not always is that the same thing. Take care. Be well. I will see you next time.